Hey everyone, and thanks for jumping back into the cryptoverse. Today, we're going to talk about Avalanche and its native token AVAX, showing strength. If you guys like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and also check out the Telegram channel, which you can find a link to in the description below. Remember, you can stake and earn rewards on your AVAX with the ITC stake pools. If you want more information on how to do that, just head on over to staking.intothecryptoverse.com and click on Avalanche, and you will see a video on how to earn rewards on your Avalanche tokens. So with that said, we notice that AVAX is holding up relatively well. And this is one of those projects we've been speaking about for a while on the channel, off and on. We talk about 6 main projects: Bitcoin, Ethereum, ADA, Link, DOT, and AVAX. So those are the main ones we talk about. And, you know, I think that having a portfolio beyond just Bitcoin and Ethereum is key. It's important, okay? I know some people like to just stick to just Bitcoin, and others might stick to just Bitcoin and just ETH. But look, you have to recognize that there are, like, a lot of the altcoins can give significant gains at key phases of the cycle. With that said, I mean, you don't want to put like 100% of your portfolio into altcoins. But having key positions in Bitcoin and ETH, and then having some positions in altcoins, I do think is important. And we've seen altcoins perform exceptionally well this market cycle. Right now, in fact, AVAX is weathering the storm relatively well, right? I mean, given the fact that Bitcoin has dropped down, right? It's dropped down about 10%. If we take a measured move here from the local high, which I guess now is the all-time high, down to that wick, it's down about 10.5% or so, but where we currently are, it's down about 9.35%. So despite the fact that Bitcoin's down 9.5% or so, AVAX is still doing relatively well, okay? We also have some wiggle room in the sense that we are above the bull market support band of the AVAX USD valuation. The 20-week SMA is at 35.85, the 21-week EMA is at 43.47. What that tells you is that Avalanche has been performing pretty well for the last several weeks. A lot of coins are actually right above their bull market support band, and they haven't been performing as well recently. A lot of these things can have some type of seasonality as the money ball from one project just jumps around from project to project. And right now, clearly, AVAX is showing a decent amount of strength. Now, the reason again is because Bitcoin is above its bull market support band. Okay, so let's go take a look at that just so you guys know what I'm talking about. Currently, the bull market support band for Bitcoin is all the way down at 44.4K up to 47.7K. And because Bitcoin is well above that, the Avalanche valuation is weathering the storm quite well. Now, if Bitcoin continues to pull back below 60K, we know that altcoins are likely going to drop. The only way that altcoins would bleed significantly against a dropping Bitcoin would probably be if Bitcoin goes below the 20-week. Now, if Bitcoin just picks back up where it left off and then continues to 70 or 80K in a couple of weeks, then that can also leave altcoins behind, because when Bitcoin moves quickly, we know that altcoins just simply can't keep up. But when it does correct off local highs and whatnot, as long as we're not correcting too quickly, or as long as we're above the bull market support band for Bitcoin, then a lot of altcoins can still do relatively well. So right now, AVAX is holding up relatively well. The all-time high is I mean, if we go look at the daily time frame, some of these wicks aren't necessarily the most accurate. You can see that we went over $80 or so. Well, this is calculated by. Let me go check out some of the other exchanges, because I don't remember it going quite that high. Yeah. So if you look at some other exchanges, it looks like it made it to almost $70 or so, but didn't quite make it to some of those levels that you might see on some exchanges. But anyways, it's sort of beyond the point. The point is that AVAX is holding up relatively well. Now, if we go look at the AVAX Bitcoin valuation, it's actually bounced off its own 21-week EMA. All right, so that's nice. Looks like, I mean, it has something support level here. Remember that we've looked at sort of this thing before, and we want to see if we can get back above that. This is sort of where AVAX launched once upon a time. And since then, we have come up to that level, we surpassed it, and now we're right back to that level again. So this does seem like an important milestone. You can see we've had wicks above these levels. What we'd like to see at some point is a sustained move to the upside. Now, I don't speculate that AVAX will have a strong move against Bitcoin, like way up to these levels in the next month or so. I mean, it can do well. I mean, we can of course come back above it and do well. AVAX USD can still trend higher, but we're probably still, a couple months away or something. Maybe not a full couple months, but something like that away from having a realistic chance to put in, moves way up in that region. Now the AVAX Ether valuation is sort of in the middle here. Okay, so what we've noticed is there tends to be a period of undervaluation of the AVAX Ether valuation. We've seen that twice. And then there's also been a period of overvaluation against Ether right here and right here. Now, clearly, we could go above these levels. It's not to say that we're always capped by these levels. I'm not implying that. What I am saying is that a lot of times these coins do these dances where they basically just go back and forth, and it's just some seasonality, right? It's just seasonality. And a lot of people don't necessarily look at all Ether valuations or all Bitcoin valuations, but you can learn a lot from looking at them. So for instance, if we actually do hold the bull market support band here and head higher, then at these levels, or from the current price, sorry, I did not mean to draw that. From the current price, we could still be looking at another 50, 100% move against Ethereum, which would be somewhat significant. If on the other hand, we go back down to the bottom of the range, then we're maybe looking at a 60 or 70% loss against Ether. So regardless, the point is to say is whenever you find yourself down here against the AVAX Ether valuation, historically it's a great area. That doesn't mean that AVAX has to bleed. It could just be that Ethereum outperforms it. Or if AVAX is up here against Ethereum, it means that historically it's a bit overbought against Ethereum. Okay, I mean, again, I'm sort of using the terminology of the relative strength index, the RSI, but I mean, this is just looking at these relative valuations. Now, note that if it breaks out above this level, then you could end up seeing these prior levels turn support. We saw that happen with other coins as well. ADA was a good example of local tops ultimately becoming support later on. Okay, if you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, let me show you. So again, ADA USD is hugging the bull market support band. AVAX is actually well above its bull market support band. So AVAX is holding up a bit stronger than ADA at the current time. But if you want some evidence to show that prior resistance levels on say the ADA Ether valuation ended up maybe turning support later on, that would be sort of the best case scenario for AVAX Ether, is that eventually we could maybe get above this level, and then this could maybe turn into some support. Okay, so that's what we're looking at for AVAX Ether, AVAX USD, and AVAX Bitcoin. Let me know what you guys think about it. Remember, you can go earn rewards on your AVAX by going to staking.intothecryptoverse.com and following the directions, following what the video says, and how to earn rewards on your Avalanche tokens. You can lock them up, and the longer you lock them up, the more rewards you will get. If you want to lock them up for shorter periods of time, you can do so. Just remember to restake if you want to, because a lot of people, I think, they'll stake and then the time limit will run out on what they put, and then they don't necessarily restake. Okay, so make sure you restake it if you do it for a shorter period of time. We also do have the premium list, intothecryptoverse.com. Make sure you guys check that out if you want to know how I am navigating these markets. You will get access to weekly reports and videos, the Telegram alerts channel, the Telegram chat room, the risk dashboard, and more. Thank you for tuning in. Subscribe, click the bell icon, and I'll see you next time. Bye.